Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Just another video in my series of videos where I'm just going through some of the buggies in my stable. What we've got here is a Kyosho Optima Mid Custom Special. So I believe this was the last of the Optima Mids before they went on to the lasers, I believe. So yeah, this one is a definite restoration project, which I will cover the restoration of this on the channel as I slowly get it restored to its former glory. The funny thing about this car, well, not funny from my wife's point of view, but I actually contacted the guy when this was listed on eBay, and I asked him some questions about something unrelated. I think he might have mentioned he had some spares, so I wanted just to see if he had any new old stock tires or anything of super value that I could whip off him before anyone else got the chance. But yeah, he didn't have what I needed. Sorry, that's the dog, if you can hear that noise. He didn't have what I needed, but he gave me such a nice response that I thought, oh, I'll just put a bid on the car just because he seems like a nice guy. And it's one of those situations where you put a bid on and you completely forget about it until you get that email saying congratulations, you've won, and you're like, what have I won? So yeah, that's how I ended up with this car. So not a lot of competition for this one. Strangely enough, I see a few custom specials on eBay. They seem to come up a lot more regularly than, say, the Turbo Optima Mid Special, or even the is it called the Custom? I'm not sure. The sort of lower spec long wheelbase model. Yeah, so the Custom Special is by far the one I see most on eBay. So like I said, this one's a doer-upper. I'm probably going to try and get it a bit more back to original. You'll notice there's some non-original stuff on here, but essentially tear it down, clean it all up, new body, new wheels, probably keep the shock absorbers and things like that. But yeah, I'll give you a little bit of a once over of it. Some things are going to need replacing just because they're broken, or like the tie rod ends or turnbuckles, as people call them, are quite rusty. The springs are also kind of, I don't know if they'll clean up, they're kind of have some sort of corrosion on them. We've got a non-original shock tower here, which I don't really like, so I'm going to get rid of that. I'm not sure if it's an aftermarket or it's probably aftermarket. It looks a bit complicated to be a homemade one, but I'm not too sure. We've got some sort of a bent bolt here by the looks of it. Interesting for a race buggy, they've got the shock absorbers done up right tight, so there's no sort of give in them. But the shocks themselves, quite similar to my Toms, in that these cars, for whatever reason, have come to me set up quite low, and I think that's why the suspension doesn't feel that great, because it only, I mean, this must have spaces internally, because it's not even making the full stroke there of the shock shaft. So I don't know what's been done there, but my like I said, my Tom's is the same. It doesn't feel very nice. It's got the platinums, and this has obviously got the golds, but Well, the back feels alright, the back's nice and soft. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with the fronts. It may be that they even have no oil, which wouldn't surprise me, because I'm pretty sure this one's been sitting for a little while. It did used to get raced in Wales apparently. If anyone recognises it, give me a shout. I'd like to hear any more history on it. I tried to look up some of the buggy racing in Wales and see if I could find any photos, but couldn't see anything. So yeah, I think this goes full stroke if I get it off the ground, but then it doesn't feel like it's touching the ground and it doesn't get the full stroke. It must be touching, eh? It's quite a thick under tray on it. So anyway, let me take this off. Got one I can do one-handed, thankfully, on account of them lopping the front off it, which helps. So yeah, it'd be nice to get a new body and do it up nice. Obviously this was a racer, so it's not too important for a racer. Obviously need a couple of belt covers as well as everything else. No servo. Have some homemade brackets here, which I'll probably get rid of because I don't need any sort of battery mounts in here or anything. Yeah, but yeah, definitely need some battery covers. I think most of this work will just be cleaning up. Hopefully that chassis, once I clean it up, is quite nice. The top deck is possibly scratched up, but again, I'll just have to see what it's like when it all comes apart. And likewise, under the chassis, I can't actually show you the underside at this stage because it needs to be, maybe it doesn't need to be. I was going to say it needs to be unscrewed because normally they need to be unscrewed, but this one doesn't look like it has the screw attachment on it. So let me just pause for a second, guys. Okay, so the under tray did come off successfully. So yeah, usual Kyosho bumper scrape to shit, and someone's drilled a couple of holes in it too. I really need to buy probably 4 or 5 bumpers really. We've got some interesting screw combos going on. But the chassis itself, oh, we got a screw from your old PC here. Most of the chassis looks pretty good. It's got some light marks on it, but I think that'll be good enough for me for a resto. So yeah, that's kind of nice to see. Shame about these extra holes that have gone through it. I totally understand it's a racer and function comes first, but yeah, it's a little bit of a shame. I was toying with the idea of getting a Fiberlight carbon fiber chassis, but I don't know, in some ways I don't think it's really necessary for this car. If I can clean up the original chassis, top and bottom decks, I think I'll be happy enough. No motor, so another thing to add to the list, and it's really quite sort of dusty in the back here. Yeah, so that's probably about all there is to tell, guys. It's just a short video. I apologise for that, but you can follow the progress on this one, and hopefully we can get it all tidied up. Definitely going to need some screws. There's some creative screws going on here. I do have some screws, but probably not the ones I need, unfortunately. I did buy some random screws from Mids and that because I saw them on eBay and they were still new screws, so I thought that they might come in handy. But yeah, that suspension doesn't feel that great. It's making a bit of a noise. I think the back's alright. It's mostly the fronts are just really weird. They're super sort of unresponsive, I guess is the word. I tell you what it could be, guys, is that this shock tower is a lot higher than the stock one. So I wonder if that's why the shocks aren't really sort of doing their job. I don't know. But anyway, I'll be going back to stock, like I said. So anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one that is also a doer-upper or a resto project, but that one's a 2-wheel drive, and it's one that I used to own when I was a kid, so really stoked to have one in the collection and be tidying it up. So yeah, like and comment and subscribe if you want to. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.